Have you ever wondered how people actually form an opinion of you? You know, what's really going on in their heads? Well, today we're going to dive into Dr. Janet G. Elsa's classic book, First Impression, Best Impression. Now, the book came out in 1984, but here's the thing. The world has changed, but our brains haven't. The way we size each other up in those first few moments is timeless. So let's break down the science behind those critical first 4 minutes.
We've all heard this a million times, right? And yeah, it might sound like a total cliche, but it's a fundamental truth of how we connect with each other. The stakes are just so high in any new encounter, whether it's a job interview, a client meeting, or even just meeting new people. What you put out there in those first moments can literally set the tone for everything that follows.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. What actually makes up that first impression? Well, take a look at this. A whopping 55% is based entirely on what people see, your nonverbal cues, your body language. Then another 38% comes from how you sound, your vocal tone, and the actual words you use, just 7%. A tiny little slice. That's right, a staggering 93% of a first impression has absolutely nothing to do with what you say.
So you've got to get that 93% right. But how long do you have to do it? Let me tell you, the clock is ticking way faster than you think. And that brings us to one of the core ideas from Dr. Ilzia's work, the 4-minute rule.
That's it, 2 to 4 minutes. In most face-to-face situations, that is the entire window you get. In that tiny amount of time, the other person's brain has already processed a massive amount of data about you and basically made up its mind. Positive or negative, the judgment is pretty much locked in before you've even had a chance to get to your main point.
Okay, so let's start breaking down that 93%, starting with the biggest piece of the pie. That 55% that's all about what people see. This is, without a doubt, the most powerful part of any first impression.
You should think of it like this. Your nonverbal communication, that's the headline. Before anyone even bothers to read the article, which is your words, they've already seen that headline and decided if they're interested. It's the yardstick for your credibility. If your body language is saying one thing and your words are saying another, guess which one people are going to believe? They'll believe what they see, not what they hear, every single time.
So when we meet someone for the first time, our brain just runs through this super fast, totally unconscious checklist. It's not something we do on purpose, it's just this instant process of sorting and categorizing that happens in fractions of a second. As you can see here, we process these visual cues in a pretty predictable order, building this mental profile of a person before real conversation has even begun.
And how you move, that is a massive part of this visual scan. A confident person, they stand tall. They move with purpose. Their gestures are open and inviting. Now compare that with an anxious posture, slumped shoulders, maybe shuffling your feet, fidgety hands. These aren't just little quirks. They are powerful signals. They're broadcasting your internal state to the world, telling everyone if you're feeling confident, stressed out, or maybe just bored.
So, after our eyes do their quick scan, our ears take over. Let's talk about the second biggest factor in a first impression, your voice. It makes up a massive 38% of how people size you up.
Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. Nearly 40% of the meaning people take away isn't about the words you choose, but about how you deliver them. It's all in the music of your voice.
Think of all the little dials and levers you control with your voice. How fast are you talking? How loudly? Is your pitch high or is it low? Is your voice nice and clear or is it kind of harsh or breathy? Are you articulating your words clearly? People are subconsciously analyzing every single one of these things to get a read on your personality and your level of confidence.
Now here's a really cool finding from the research that might actually surprise you. We are so often told, slow down, speak deliberately. But get this, studies show that people who speak at a quicker pace are often seen as more intelligent, more convincing, and more credible. So don't be afraid to pick up the pace a little to project that energy and expertise.
All right, so we've covered the big 93%. Now let's finally talk about that last little sliver at the end, the actual words themselves. And even though it's the smallest piece of the puzzle, don't underestimate it. Your words can either solidify a great impression or completely undermine it.
Just look at the difference here. Powerless language is full of fillers like and you know. It's got hedges like I guess or maybe. It just screams uncertainty. But powerful language, it's direct. It's assertive, it's clear. It's about saying what you mean and meaning what you say without all the apologies and disclaimers.
So we have all these pieces, what you look like, what you sound like, and what you say. How do we make it all work for us? Well, the secret isn't just getting good at each part by itself. It's about making them all sing the same tune.
And really, the key to all of this, the secret sauce, is consistency. Trust is built when your body, your voice, and your words are all in perfect sync, when they're all telling the exact same story. If you say, "I'm confident," but your posture is slouched and your voice is shaking, people are going to believe the slouch and the shake, not the words. That disconnect is an instant trust killer.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? It's the core message of all this research. People believe what they can see and hear with their own eyes and ears. Your nonverbal cues, your vocal tone, those are the actions that give your words meaning or take all the meaning away.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. In those first 4 minutes, long before you've had a chance to really make your case, your impression is already out there, speaking for you. The only question is, what is it saying?